Hello, here we will discuss about data. So data plays important role in statistics. So we need to understand what is the data and how we'll define it. So we have to have clear idea about data. So data are raw materials of statistics. We can also say for our purpose of use, data are the numbers, numerics, we can say, and data contain information needed to make a particular decisions. So this is about data. Now, once we know the data, so we have to understand what are the sources of data, from where we'll get it. That is the important. So first point, routinely kept records. We need to understand about records, and records. After then we'll need to understand survey. We can get the data from different survey. We can get also data from different types of the experiment, and through census is one of the important source of the data, and vital registration systems. We can get more data with help of that. And then disease surveillance, one of the important source of data, and some other notifications of the diseases. So these are the different sources from where we can get the data. So now we'll discuss in details for each points. And one external sources, one of the important points. Let's have clarity about first point to last points. So first, routinely kept records. So what is the meaning of routinely kept the records? So we cannot imagine that any organization does not keep record or day-to-day transaction of activities. As we know, each organizations, each hospitals, each universities, college, departments, everywhere, each organization is to have proper data even for bank transactions, and even for uh, all laboratory tested, they used to keep the records in and out both. So for example, if we go to medical records section of hospitals, we can find huge amount of data regarding patients. It may be inpatients or it may be outpatient. Means OPD patients or IPD patients, laboratories, diagnostic tests, and through various departments, various wards, we can get the they used to keep the records routinely, day wise. And similarly, the examination sections of medical college has data on students and faculty members. It is the first source when the need for data arises. So this is the routinely kept records. And next point is survey, which is important points when the data are not available from the routinely kept records. The logical source is survey. Then we used to conduct the survey. So survey is a scientific technique of investigation by direct observation or collection of information through interview and to publish the results. And the main objective of the survey to supply on any problem and to know the relationship between the different phenomena. And survey usually includes topic like demographic survey and demographic characteristics, health condition of communities, and attitude of community people. And the survey may be general or ad hoc. The general surveys are usually done by government, such as census, demographic, and health survey. And ad hoc surveys are done for specific purpose if and when required. Now next point is experiment. How we'll get the data through experiment. So frequently data needed to answer the questions are available through experiment. So an experiment is the process where results are compared between two or more groups. So here groups are randomly divided into treatment group or control groups. So in treatment group, we do intervention and their results are compared with the results of the control groups. Like quasi-experimental design, clinical trials, and field trials are example of experiments. These are the sources from where we can get the data. Now, next point, census. Census is the population estimate and is a process of complete enumeration of all individuals in a country on a fixed period of time, and it contains the aspects like economic, social, cultural, migration, fertility, morbidity, and mortality. And the first census was conducted in 1749 in Sweden. In Nepal, it was started in 1911, and every 10 years since then. And in India, census first started in 1872, and after that 1881. Since then, after every 10 years, government of India is to conduct the census and collect the census data. It gives the complete enumeration of the population. And census data are very useful for developing various health indicators which are used in national health planning. Next point, vital registration system. We need to understand vital registration system is a permanent registration of vital events like deaths, births, marriage, migration, divorce, morbidity in the country. And these vital events that need recording and are helpful in launching health programs, health planning, and policies. Next point, disease surveillance. We need to understand disease surveillance is ongoing systematic collection and analysis of data about the infectious diseases that can lead to action being taken, control or prevent the disease. Major examples are malaria surveillance, polio surveillance, AIDS surveillance, and it provides valuable data in control, prevention, and eradication of diseases. Next point, notification of diseases. So, notification of diseases is the regulation of policy as a part of disease control and prevention, which bring into line in the action of disease notification. The primary purpose of notification is to effect prevention and control of disease. And list of notifiable disease vary from country to country and between urban and rural areas. Notification is also valuable source of morbidity data, that is the incidence and distribution of certain specified diseases which are notifiable. International notifiable diseases are cholera, plague, and yellow fever, where national notifiable diseases are polio, influenza, malaria, cholera, etc. Now on last points, external sources. External sources is the books, journals, internet, thesis, term paper, newspaper, magazine, are known as the external sources, and external sources may have published or unpublished data. So this is about external sources. The published sources are easily available, but unpublished data are not easily available, which are used for internal official purposes. So these are the points where with help of we can get the data. So external sources are also known as secondary sources. The secondary health data are also available from the Ministry of Health, Ministry of Health Research Council, hospital, health centers, NGOs or INGOs. So now we need to understand basic steps of collecting data. What are the basic steps? So before collecting the data for a given statistical inquiry, it is essential to examine the following points. Points number one, purpose of the studies. First, we need to understand what is the purpose for what we are going to collect the data. So our purpose must be clear. Then scope of the inquiry. What are the scopes and sources of data from where we are going to collect the data? We are going to take the data through survey, through some census or some other sources. Now, techniques of data collection, which is the very important, how we are going to collect the data, and that is techniques. It may be sampling or it may be census. And degree of accuracy of data we need to understand, and types of inquiry. Once all these points are clear, then we can go for basic data collections. Thank you.